Coming up on this edition of Sports Desk, we'll recap the action from weeks 3 and 4 of the fall season, hear from our athletic director, rewind RV sports memories, and we'll reveal our top 5 highlights. Here's your host, Olivia Doppler.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Sports Desk. The fall regular season is halfway done and many teams are still going strong. Let's take a look at how weeks 3 and 4 went with the RV recap.
Week 3 began with boys soccer, who continued their undefeated season with a 1-0 win at Northern Burlington. Girls volleyball suffered a loss on the road, falling to Seneca 2-1. Girls tennis suffered a defeat on the road, dropping a 5-0 decision to Cherry Hill West. Girls soccer hosted Northern Burlington in a night game. The Devils went up 2-0 in the first half, but Northern would not go away, making it a 1-point gain in the second half. RV then found a way to get the goal back and take a 3-1 victory on senior night. Boys soccer continued their run with a dominant win over Moorestown 6-0. Tennis once again came up short, this time falling to Eastern by a score of 5-0. Girls soccer, now ranked 12th in the state, picked up another victory, this time over Moorestown 4-0. Girls volleyball ended their losing streak with a 2-0 win over Bishop Eustis. 18th ranked field hockey took on 4th ranked Eastern. The Vikings, always one of the top teams in the state, handed the Red Devils their first loss of the season, 3-1. Girls soccer next faced Eastern. The Devils' undefeated season remained intact, although the result was a 1-1 tie against the Vikings. Boys soccer took to the road to face Eastern, staying undefeated with a 2-1 victory. Girls volleyball also traveled to Eastern, where they fell to the Vikings 2-0. Girls volleyball next traveled to Lenape, where they fell to the Indians by a score of 2-0. Football took to the road against Burlington Township. The Falcons and Red Devils battled in a tight contest, but it was Township who held off RV at the end, taking a 21-14 victory. Field hockey traveled to the Proving Grounds in Pennsylvania, defeating Guilderland of New York 3-1, and losing to Cape Henry of Virginia 3-1. Week 4 opened with boys soccer, who continued their undefeated streak with a 1-0 win against West Deptford. Girls tennis took to the road to face GCIT, but fell 5-0 to the Cheetahs. Girls volleyball played host to Holy Cross Prep. It was a dominating effort by the Red Devils, who defeated the Lancers in 2 sets, 25-6 and 25-8. Girls tennis then hosted Burlington Township, picking up a 3-2 win over the Falcons. Girls soccer traveled to Haddonfield, where the Red Devils' unbeaten streak came to an end, losing to the Bulldogs 2-1 in overtime. Field hockey took to the road to face Lenape, scoring another victory 3-1. Girls volleyball was also on the road, where they took a 2-0 win at Cherokee. Cross country hosted a meet against the Olympic Conference, where the girls team finished in first place in the 5K run. Girls soccer next traveled to Cherry Hill East, where they took care of business against the Cougars 4-0. Boys soccer hosted Cherry Hill East, where the Devils and Cougars battled to a scoreless tie. Girls volleyball hosted Northern Burlington, winning their 3rd straight in a 2-0 defeat of the Greyhounds. Field hockey took to the road to face Cherokee, defeating the Chiefs 2-1. Girls tennis traveled to Paul VI, but dropped a tough 3-2 loss to the Eagles. Girls volleyball hosted Cherry Hill East and picked up a 2-1 win over the Cougars. Football took on Hamilton. The Blue Devils jumped out to a 14-7 lead, thanks in part to a solid running game. In the fourth quarter, RV cut the score by 7 before Hamilton stopped them on an onside kick attempt to take a 21-14 victory, handing RV its third straight defeat. On a Saturday morning, boys soccer faced Cherokee on the road to drop their first loss of the season, 1-0. Girls soccer hosted Cherokee on the turf, defeating the previously unbeaten Chiefs by a final score of 3-2. Here are the team records after weeks 3 and 4 of the fall season. For RVTV, I'm Jason Sapp.
With so many teams competing at RV, there's a lot of information to go around. For more insight into the RV Athletics program, here's our Athletic Director, Mr. Michael Lamb, with the AD's address.
Good afternoon, Red Devil Nation. Athletic Director Mike Lamb, back again for the 2022-23 school year with the AD address. I'm joined, as usual, with my Assistant AD, Mr. Brian Bozarth. Give you a quick update on what's going on so far in the school year and with our sports teams, and then kind of finish it off with Coach Bose's discussion on the busing and the officiating situation. Just to get you started here, our soccer teams, before I even get into that, obviously most of you know this is our first year in the Olympic Conference. We made the switch from the BCSL into the Olympic Conference, which is something that we were very excited about. We're upping our competition level, playing the teams that I really feel that we should be playing, our size schools, so it's been an exciting beginning. The girls soccer team and boys soccer team, plain and simple, have not lost a game yet. Our girls soccer team currently sits at 7-0-1. Their only tie was to number 1 ranked Eastern. The girls are currently ranked 13th in the state. And again, are on everybody's radar. Really good team to watch. Boys soccer off to a flying start, 6-0. They've given up 1 goal all year. Field hockey is off to a flying start as well. Big wins early for them, including a win over Shawnee. They had a tie against Ocean City. Lost a close one here to Eastern on our turf, which could have went either way, and competed in the National Invitational Tournament. A great experience for our girls, where they beat a team from New York on Friday, and then came back and lost a close one to a team from Virginia on Saturday. Our girls volleyball currently sits at 4-4. They did have a hot start and then kind of hit a little plateau here, so we're hoping that they're going to find themselves and work their way back into it. Same story with football. Our football team flew out to a 3-0 record to start, and then we've had 2 close losses over the last 2 weeks. Our girls tennis is in a situation where they are facing some really, really high-level competition, schools that are traditional powerhouses in tennis. They've played some pretty good teams. Boys and girls cross country, our boys team is currently ranked 15th in South Jersey. Our girls team is currently ranked 20th. They've had a couple good competitions. Many of you know the Ray Hoagland event that took place. Our coaches did an awesome job of hosting it, and we really appreciate what they did, and our runners are looking good. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Coach Bose for a few announcements, and then come back to wrap it up.
Good evening, or good afternoon, Red Devil Nation. So unfortunately, I get to share the not so good with everything going on with our sports. Fall time, we have a lot of outdoor events, and that means a lot of busing going out to the complex. This year, again, we still find ourselves with a bus driver shortage. We are doing everything possible that we can to get our teams from school to away games to even our home games out of the complex. When we have to move games because of busing, then we're running into another difficult situation where official shortages for soccer is a real thing. They've lost over 80 officials in the past year, so we're doing everything we can to make sure our sub-varsity levels are getting the same amount of games as our varsity games. They may have to play on a staggered day, opposite from varsity. We get a list from our assigner who lets us know how many games they can accommodate for the day, and then we try to move the sub-varsity levels to dates that we know we'll be able to have officials, and then we run into the situation of making sure we have buses. I put it out there to anybody watching this. If you have an interest in possibly, making some extra bucks and helping our teams get from point A to point B, you can reach out to myself or Mr. Lamb, and we can point you in the right direction on how to get trained. We're doing everything we possibly can. It's a day-by-day situation, but I appreciate your patience, and let's go RV.
Well, thanks to Coach Bose for that update. Also, he does a phenomenal job of, it's a relentless and thankless job, but he spends a majority of his day double checking to make sure that we have transportation, making phone calls. And again, it's been a difficult situation. So if you can, or find yourself in a position where you could help out, if your child plays on a specific team and you're interested in helping out, it would be welcomed for sure. Based on this shortage, we're really scrambling. So again, we hope to see all of you guys out supporting our Red Devil teams. And as always, we appreciate all the support that you guys give us and the way that this community really rallies around this school and these teams. So again, hopefully we'll see you out. Say hello whenever you're out, and introduce yourself to us, and we'll see you there. Thank you.
At RVTV, we have a large collection of shows and games from the past 40 years. Let's now open up the vault and take a look at some classic clips with the Red Devil Rewind.
Hello, RV. We're here with Aaron Enders and Zach Sutherland to bring you the face-off of RV and Bordentown.
Played long. Lauren Cadiz gets the ball, shot, and Lauren Cadiz scores the goal. 29-23 in the game. Number 7, Lauren Cadiz, one of our seniors in today's game, scored for RV to make it 1-0.
What a goal by Caroline Rockhill as she simply just shows her aggression, gets fouled, and then finishes the PK. 3-2-1 win by the RV girls soccer varsity team against Bordentown. The final score is 2-1. Great game by RV girls soccer. And
The Devils then traveled to the campus of TCNJ to face North champion Clifton in the state championship game. Senior Ryan Finley scored 2 goals to bring home the state title, the first for the team since 2005. The Devils finished with a record of 23-1-1 and a number 1 ranking in the state. Congratulations to Coach Petrus and the boys soccer team.
Before we close out the show, let's check out some of the best moments from the season in a segment we like to call Red 5.
Garcia looks up for Marlin. Here's Joanna Marlin on the breakaway. Joanna has a shot, fires it, scores! Joanna Marlin. Eckert with the dig, Howling with the setup. Big spike there, Ariana Cabaschini. Seven. Devils take the snap. Looks to the outside, throws, caught, touchdown, RV.
Brody Diner out here, nice catch.
He looks to take it. Busts around her defender, sends it back. The shot, the score! She's been waiting all game. Nicole Everard.
That's all for now. From everyone at RVTV, I'm Olivia Doppler. See you next time on Sports Desk.